Welcome back, sports gamers. It's the Natural with another update for you guys on the NCAA football saga. If you tuned in last time, the state of California had proposed a bill to allow college athletes to earn compensation off their name and likeness. Well, on Tuesday, Senate Bill 206, the Fair Pay to Play Act, passed 11-0 and will now advance to the Assembly Appropriations Committee, where it will likely be heard in August after California lawmakers return from their summer recess. So there's progress on that front as well. You know, the NCAA formed the committee to take a look at some of the likeness, some of the rules that they have. So we're still waiting on to hear back on that. But today's video is about a slightly different topic on the return of NCAA football. In case you didn't know, Maximum Football 2019 has been one of the games looking to bring college football back this year, but Canuck Play, the developer of Maximum Football, announced that authentic NCAA teams and logos would not be implemented into this year's game, citing legal concerns from the NCAA. On Twitter, Canuck Play posted a letter informing gamers of the decision not to include authentic teams and logos in Doug Flutie's Maximum Football 2019. The developers wrote that while many of the Canadian schools were excited to be featured in the game, some schools declined due to legal issues the NCAA had encountered with video games. They had constructive conversations with U-Sport, which is the Canadian college football teams, and the development team did not include any Canadian schools, as the option to add both real and fictional teams to the game did not make much sense. So some teams agreed, some teams didn't. They didn't want to have a mismatch of real teams and fake teams. They just felt that wasn't authentic. So they also wrote that authentic NCAA teams would not be added to the game, and that they had numerous discussions trying to work out a licenses agreement, but the NCAA felt there were too much of a legal risk. Now, the reason for concern was that NCAA did not want Maximum Football to include realistic face and body models for the football players, and Canuck Play assured them that this would not be an issue, as the development team would randomize all the models to make sure there was no resemblance between real players and the ones featured in the game. However, this is not the answer the NCAA was looking for, as they were concerned that the game could be edited and include authentic player models. The NCAA also required that they be the sole licensor of the title, and the title be restricted to one rule set, which in Maximum Football, in case you guys didn't know, they have multiple rule sets for the Canadian game and for college game and for pro. They didn't want that. And also, in addition to being the sole licensor of the title, to be restricted to one rule set, and all customizations and features would need to be removed. All customization features would have to be taken out of the game. So they did not want to remove any of the customization features, as doing that would be the complete opposite of what Maximum Football is about. They're about allowing you to go in and edit the teams and players how you see fit. So Maximum Football 2019 will feature over 100 college football teams, along with playoff formats and bowl games, but all teams will be fictional. They will have Scott Spindler of writing rosters to create default rosters for the 130 fictional teams in the college dynasty mode. You can follow his account, and he follows his account at writing rosters. He's going to reveal the default teams and players. And remember, you can still edit the default teams and rosters yourself. The roster will have sleeper teams, sleeper players, award-winning candidates, teams that rival pro offices, and teams that struggle to win games. Each team will have players capable of having a big day, and also players that will struggle on big days in the limelight. This will be it's going to be a living and breathing world of college football. So the main takeaway from all of this is that how strict the NCAA is when it comes to make someone want to develop a football game. And one of the main things I always see in the comments is, we don't care about likeness. We don't care about likeness. The NCAA cares about likeness. So if your game even has the ability to edit players, they will not license it. That is a huge blow to the return of the game, because what does everyone want? They just want the authentic NCAA teams and then the ability to edit those and roster share those. They will not allow that. They will not license that. So Maximum Football is not even going to have, even though you can edit the teams, there will be no like online portal for roster sharing. So they won't be the capability to edit the rosters, upload that roster, someone else to download and play. It's all going to be they're going to ship with those rosters, the customized rosters, like I said, done by writing rosters, which I'm sure will be great. But you do not have the ability to roster share and have an online portal with more realistic rosters, wherever like that, how people have gotten used to doing in the past. They do, NCAA does not want that. So to avoid any legal trouble, they're not going to do that. So that just shows you even the idea of, hey, we're going to come up with a college football game with no likeness and people will edit it later, is still a no-go from the NCAA, which is why I don't understand people still don't realize that the biggest issue is the NCAA and the whole institution of amateur athletics. People try to blame everyone else. They try to blame the players. They try to blame Ed O'Bannon. They try to blame EA Sports. They try to blame other developers. Why won't someone else make a football game? They try to blame 2K. Why won't 2K make a college football game? It all comes back to the NCAA again and again and again. They are the biggest obstacle because they want to keep this facade of amateur athletes and amateur athletics alive, because that's how they continue to make money off this billion-dollar industry, how the coaches keep getting paid, how all the DAs getting paid, athletic directors get paid, how the media gets paid, how the TV contracts get paid, how every single person is getting paid hand over foot, cash money, billion-dollar industry, except for the people who actually putting their lives and their bodies on the line. And the more that people like you and the average Joe can realize, wow, this is a rough deal, this is some bull, and more people talk up about it, then eventually the NCAA is going to go away. But I finally, this is so important that people understand these things, and that a college degree does not equal the amount of money that they make now. Now, maybe 20, 30, 40 years ago, you know, that was true. But now and today in modern times, and the amount of money that's just being exchanged hands, it's just ridiculous, and that it's not realistic. So that's pretty much it for today's video. But I'm definitely going to have more coming for Maximum Football as we get more details. We had something talking about the franchise on the channel, but they're going to have player model thing like that coming out soon. Going to have that on the channel for you guys. And whatever update they have when the NCAA finally comes back with their kangaroo court, or whatever, whatever they're putting together for that people are supposed to, I think it's the funny thing, the police policing themselves. Like they're going to form a committee that's going to rule on their stuff. They're choosing the people. So, whatever ruling they come back with is obviously going to be beneficial to NCAA. So I don't think that's going to change anything. But hopefully there's some hope for that. There's some hope for, I think it's going to come down to states. I don't think federal government's going to do anything about it, but I think it's going to come down to the states, and states kind of forcing their hand and forcing, because there's no way they're going to kick all college teams out of the NCAA or not allowing them to play. All California teams, it's just not going to happen. There's so many teams. So if major states like, California, Florida, really big football states that have a ton of, I don't see Texas doing that, but California, Florida, those type of schools, that they come on board and they say, hey, we're going to pass something similar to this Fair Pay to Play Act, and you guys are going to have to pay college players or compensate them fairly for their likeness and for them. And so I think, like I said before in previous videos, that's when we'll see what's going to come back. But this is a major blow to video games and football, when now we know that the NCAA will not allow a game to be made with the ability to edit players and roster share like that. All editing has to be removed from the game before they will actually license the game and people can play it. So I think that's pretty big thing. So I think that's a major roadblock there. Finding this out, that the Maximum Football actually tried to work with the NCAA to get a licensed game, and just for the team names and everything, but they couldn't even work it out on the Canadian side. Even on the Canadian side, they were worried about the NCAA, which is crazy. It just shows you just how powerful the organization is, and how this is just a major roadblock for player compensation and NCAA football coming back. So that is pretty much it for today's video. You guys, let me know in the comments below what you think, your thoughts on this. Drop a like, subscribe, and once again, I give a shout out to all my Patreon supporters out there. And love you guys' feedback and everything you do in the exclusive SGO chat and chatting up there. So become a Patreon supporter today. Link in the description below. I'll catch you guys next time. It's The Natural. I'm out.